As a wedding photographer, having a monitor that is color accurate and also helps with productivity is extremely important. And that's why today we're going to be checking out the BenQ PD3420Q. What's up? This is John from John Bench 4 Photography, and I am extremely excited to be testing out the BenQ 3420Q. If you've been around on the channel for a while, you know that I absolutely love BenQ monitors and recommend them to all content creators and photographers. I've been using BenQ monitors now for about 5 to 6 years, and checking out this PD ultra wide monitor is extremely exciting. BenQ did send this monitor over my way, but keep in mind they did not pay me anything to say anything specific, and keep in mind that I am very biased, as BenQ monitors are the only monitors I've been using for all of my photography career. And let me tell you, I really do love BenQ monitors. They have never let me down, and all my work looks absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and get into the specifics about the PD3420Q. The PD3420Q is a 21:9 ultra wide 34-inch IPS monitor. It has a wide color gamut space, hitting 100% of sRGB and Rec. 709, and also does 98% of display P3 and DCI P3. On top of that, it has a Delta E level of 3 or less. So this monitor is extremely color accurate, which again is one of the main reasons I love it. As a wedding photographer who mainly works in sRGB and needs color accuracy for prints for my clients, the 100% sRGB coverage is huge. Also, as a YouTube content creator, having that 100% on Rec. 709 helps as well. On top of the color accuracy, the monitor also comes with documents that shows its authenticity of how it's color calibrated. So out of the box, this thing is looking great. You may have noticed that this monitor isn't curved like most of the other ultra wides on the market. This is because it's tailored for designers and content creators, and having a curved monitor can introduce some warping in your lines while you're editing your photos or your content. And honestly, this is absolutely huge and something that a lot of people overlook when they go into the ultra wide market. Having bowed lines is not going to help you straighten up your photos or do architecture photography or anything of that sort. The flat panel is a huge plus, and honestly, I don't see any other ultra wide monitors doing it. The PD3420Q starts at $899, which is a great entry level ultra wide price for a 1440p monitor like this. With color accuracy, a flat panel, and this price, honestly, this is a hands down buy in my opinion. And honestly as well, having a single ultra wide monitor is much better than dual monitors, which is what I was working on before. And speaking of using an ultra wide monitor over dual monitors, one of the biggest advantages is since you're working on one monitor, the color accuracy across the board is the same. Whereas if you have dual monitors, you have to make sure they're both accurate to each other, which is honestly hard to do. One thing this monitor has helped me out as far as productivity is while you're using Lightroom, you're able to open up a survey view on top of your main editing view. And with this space that the ultra wide gives, it is absolutely amazing for editing quickly. I used to do this on dual monitors, but I was never ever really sure if it was accurate. So I am a huge fan of having so much workspace and being able to see all my photos and photos in a particular scene and edit it all together at one time. And as a content creator, video editing on an ultra wide monitor is game changing. Having so much space on your timeline really makes it easier to edit, and it's just so much nicer, especially compared to dual monitors. If you've never used an ultra wide monitor for video editing, I highly recommend grabbing one. Seriously, it will change your life. As far as the inputs on the monitor, you have DisplayPort, 2 HDMI ports, 2 USB-C, and 3 USB-A, and a headphone jack. Most of the ports you can find on the back of the monitor, but there are a couple on the left side, which makes it easy to get to and plug in something that's USB-C, USB-A, or even your headphones. And the cool thing is the monitor will come with most of the cables you'll need right out of the box. One thing to keep in mind, however, is they don't have a full DisplayPort to DisplayPort cable in the box, and that is something I had to buy for myself. If you're like me and have a custom built PC and you're coming right out of your graphics card, you may need to go ahead and buy a DisplayPort cable like I did. Check out the link in the description. I have the one that I bought in there. It's from Amazon, quick and easy to get. But the connectivity of this monitor is great, and you're able to hook up multiple things at the same time, like a Mac Mini using USB-C, and then your computer using DisplayPort. And with a KVM switch, it's really easy to switch back and forth between both computers and not even have to switch your keyboard or mouse. The base of the monitor has a nice flat profile, which gives you room to put stuff so it doesn't take your whole desk up. It's super sturdy and it's able to raise extremely high. There's also a whole bunch of cable management built into the base and the back of the monitor, which is super awesome if you're trying to make sure your cable management is nice and clean. Not only does the base route your cables, but there's a back plate to your monitor as well, which will help guide the cables from the ports. Also, it gives a nice clean look to the back of the monitor. The PD3420Q is also VESA mountable, so you can put this on a monitor arm or anything of that sort. That's what I ended up doing with my desk setup. And since the monitor only weighs around 20 pounds, most any arm is going to work for your monitor. I'll also link down below to the monitor arm that I ended up getting for mine. One of the best parts about the PD3420Q is the color profiles it has built into the monitor. As mentioned, we have sRGB, Rec 709, Display P3, and DCI P3, but there's also a CAD mode, a low blue light mode, and an MBook mode, or MacBook mode as it's meant to be. So for anyone who edits off of a laptop, specifically an Apple laptop, you're gonna love the MBook mode. Basically, what it does is it matches the color of an Apple monitor straight out of the box. So if that's the color calibration you like from your monitor, and you wanna have a larger monitor that you can also use with your MacBook, this is the monitor for you. Just hook up the USB-C, turn MBook mode on, and you're gonna get the same look all the way through. And keep in mind the USB-C port that hooks up to your MacBook is also gonna charge your computer at the same time. Also, with all these color profiles, you can split the screen to be able to see both at the same time. So if for some reason you need to look at display P3 and also sRGB, you can split the monitor in half and see it on your photos and your work. This is huge for making sure that your photos look correct no matter where they're going to be shown, no matter what kind of monitor or print. And being able to get into the menus is super quick and easy with the buttons and the joystick on the back of the monitor. This is where you can access all of the different features like the KVM switch, splitting the screen for different color profiles, a picture-in-picture and picture-by-picture, and much more. But the easiest way to get to your settings and make changes is with the Hotpuck G2. If you've used BenQ monitors in the past, you're familiar with the Hotpuck, but the Hotpuck G2 is a huge improvement over the older Hotpucks. The Hotpuck gives you access to all the menus and also custom settings. So with 4 buttons and a knob, I can quickly change my brightness, change color profiles, change inputs, and also navigate the menu of the monitor. Honestly, it's one of my favorite parts of the monitor, especially since the knob is set to do brightness right out of the box. So adjusting brightness on the monitor is extremely easy. The third way you're able to change menu settings is with the Display Pilot app. This is an app that you're able to download for Windows and Mac OS and control your monitor. It is super awesome. Not only does it let you change your color profiles or compare color profiles, but you can also get to your picture-in-picture and picture-by-picture modes. It also has options for managing your screen space. And in Mac OS, this is super helpful. Now, Windows has ways to manage your screen space, but Mac OS isn't always the best about it. But with the Display Pilot app, you're able to section off your monitor and drag your apps into the spaces, and it will automatically fill that space. So if you want to have 3 windows open at one time, or maybe 2 split in half, the Display Pilot app will help you do that. So another feature that's really cool about the PD3420Q is its picture-in-picture and picture-by-picture modes. Basically, this allows me to have another screen or another computer shown on the screen at the same time while I'm working on my main computer. You can do this with a picture-in-picture where there's a window on top of the main window, or you can do picture-by-picture and have 4 inputs all at the same time. There's also a 5:9 picture-by-picture mode where one side of your screen will be 16:9 and then the other one will be just the small half that's left. Now, there may not be too many uses for this, but keep in mind, even with a single computer, you can put 2 inputs into your monitor and use the 5:9 picture by picture. Basically, your computer will use each side as its own monitor, and this could be cool for some setups. Or you could even do something crazy like if you have a Windows machine and a Mac OS machine and have your iMessages on one side and then use the 16:9 side to work in Windows. Another reason I absolutely love this monitor is it actually is pretty decent for gaming. Now, while it's not a gaming monitor and doesn't have the quickest refresh rate, it is enough for some casual gaming and being able to get some really awesome full ultra wide looks on your games. In my downtime when I'm not editing photos or making content, being able to sit back with a game in ultra wide is extremely awesome. And as you can tell here, it looks amazing. Honestly, this has been my first experience with an ultra wide monitor, and during gaming, it's actually really great. So that was a look at BenQ's new PD3420Q. If you're a content creator or photographer like myself, let me know in the comments below what you think of the monitor. Also make sure to check out the link in the description to pick up a PD3420Q for yourself. Like I said again, I've been a huge fan of BenQ since the start, and I love all their monitors. From when I had my dual monitor setup to the monitor I have now, even the monitor that my wife is using in her desk setup is all BenQ. So really, I absolutely love their monitors. They look and work great. If you have any specific questions about the monitor or want to know more about photo editing on BenQ monitors, let me know in the comments below as well, and I'll be happy to make more videos for you all. Thanks again for hanging out on the channel, and don't forget to subscribe for more photography and creative entrepreneurship information. And I will catch you all next time. All right, peace.